I'm grabbing all the same sculpting tools to detail out this turtle as I went over in part 2. If you haven't seen that already, go watch it. And the first thing I'm going to do is shape out the head, fins, and tail. So I'm making a traditional sea turtle, but this technique works with whatever animal or design you like to do. I'm slicing away that excess sand. Remember, we added more than what we needed so that we had some room for shaping. And then I'm just using my hand to smooth out those harsh lines. So I'm slicing off the excess, shaping it out, and then going back and smoothing it out just with my hand. Being very gentle, just rounding off those harsh edges. You can use a brush too to do this if you don't want to use your hand, totally acceptable. And then once I'm done with all of this shaping, I'm going to go back and completely saturate my turtle with water. I want it to be nice and saturated before I go back and add any fine details. So just finishing out the general shape of the turtle, I'm going to splash it down with water. I do it a little bit at a time. If you want to do a big pour, that's a little dangerous, could melt your turtle, but that's up to you. Now I'm taking the pointy spatula. I'm doing a traditional turtle pattern where I'm drawing that ladder and then adding those V's on the sides and then continuing that pattern all the way around. And I'm just sketching it out. I'm just making sure that I like the shape. Again, if you mess up, you can brush it out. It's a low commitment art form. I'm going to draw my outline. And then I'm going to go back and make these lines a little bit deeper. I do like the way that they look, so I'm going to go back and make them a little bit more pronounced. So I'm creating that V shape or that channel where I go in at 2 different angles and blow out those lines. You can see how much better they look, how much more the shadows kind of make that decoration pop out. And I'm going around with my brush and just smoothing off anything else because I'm about to add some texture to that, so I want it to be nice and smooth before I go back and do what I'm doing right now, which is just adding some turtle texture, which is also cobblestone. If y'all remember part 2 where I go over tools and show you how to make cobblestone, that's that same technique I use to make little, turtle decorations. So a lot of different techniques could be repurposed for different things in sand sculpting. I'm going to give him some little toes. I don't know if sea turtles actually have toes, but it's cute. Next is going to be his head. I'm going to dig out some anchor holes because turtles' eyes actually sit up and over their head, so they kind of bulges up. So I dig out those holes, I plop some wet sand, I splash it to secure it, and then I just go back and reshape, brush everything out, make sure it's nice and smooth. Then I'm just going to scoop out some spots. I'm going to put seashells for the pupils, so I'm just kind of scooping out that main area, adding that same cobblestone-y turtle design, going to blow that off. I really love adding seashells to my designs whenever I can. I think this really makes him look a little more realistic, and who doesn't love seashells? So this is my final turtle, raking around the sides. I hope you like him. I hope you make him. If you do, please send me pics or whatever you make. You don't have to make a sea turtle. Make whatever you want. All right, love you, bye.